crowd, what a crowd. I tell you, I'm all right now, but I was in pretty rough shape this afternoon, you know? Yeah, my wife, she kept going in on me, you know? She kept putting it up to me that I went broke in Vegas playing the slot machines, you know? I tell her, in Vegas, there's slot machines all over, even at the grocery store. I went in to buy a container of milk, it cost me $238. Now, I'll tell you the truth, I had trouble with my wife before we got married, you know? We were going together for 6 months, and then she started giving me the air, telling me it was all over. I said, what's the matter? Is there somebody else? She looks at me and she says, there must be. Oh, boy. I mean, when I was growing up, nobody was nice. My mother never breastfed me. She said she liked me better as a friend. You know, I was out driving with my wife the other day. She told me she wanted to take a U-turn. I want to tell you, the letter she made, you'll never find in an alphabet. Yeah. You know, these jokes aren't free. Come on. Tough crowd, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you with my wife, I mean, every time I try to be nice, she's always got a smart answer. I remember one night I was feeling good. You know, I says to her, honey, tell me, will you still love me when I'm old and bald? And she said, it's tough enough when you're young and hairy. My wife don't go for me, I'm not a good-looking guy. Halloween, I open the front door, kids give me candy. Are you kidding me? I know I'm ugly. My dog found out we look alike, he killed himself.
Oh, shut up!
I don't get no respect from anyone. Last night my house was on fire. My wife told my kids be quiet, you'll wake up daddy. Testing, is this thing on? Hello? I don't get no respect at all. I mean, me and my wife, we got nothing but arguments, you know? And I can never get avoided. I mean, the other day, I says to her, you know, there's another side of that argument. And she looked at me and she said, I know, don't worry, my mom was coming right over. That's the trouble with me. My wife's cooking is so bad. I leave just the fuss in the kitchen and the roaches kill themselves. That me, I can't smile. I don't get no respect at all. Thank you. Good night. No, please. Come on. I'll see you in Vegas. You know, I'll see you in the all right. Oh, please. You're in Vegas. Oh, slot machines all over. I mean, I'll pull baby. Come on. No, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous, darling.
Happy International Prolapse Day, everybody. If you don't have a prolapse anus, you're a virgin, okay? Well, you don't have a prolapse anus, grow up, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't have prolapse anus, you're probably not a Jew. I'm pretty sure I have hemorrhoids. Is that the same thing as having a prolapse anus? It's like, yeah, I'm a Jew and I eat things I shouldn't. I mean, we were locked down for a year and a half. I couldn't leave the house. So I'm like, oh, perfect time to eat all the, you know, I'm obviously lactose intolerant. So I'm like, I'm going to eat all the shit that I can't usually eat, you know, when I have to like go out and do stuff. And so I've been, you know, sitting at home for a year and a half, eating cheese and shit and just blowing ass into a toilet and getting red rings around my ass permanently, and my legs, I sit on the toilet till my legs fall asleep, okay, as a rule. But now we're like going out and like doing stuff again. So I'm like, oh, I guess I can't be just like ripping I didn't like at the beginning of quarantine when like, you know, we had to get like toilet paper from like a gas station because there was like no toilet paper around. I was like blowing rancid, hot, boiling, acidic diarrhea. And then like wiping it with this like gray gas station toilet paper that would literally dissolve upon instant impact on my asshole, and just like it would just like completely dissolve as soon as it touched my boiling hot asshole and completely like come apart like a like well cooked like brisket. You know what I mean? I'm like, listen, here's the thing. I haven't seen my family in a year and a half, and I'm back in my childhood bedroom right now doing this show. And so I'm just complete. If I'm acting a little strange, it's because I'm sort of unpacking a lot, sort of wading through a lot of emotional. And listen, I've green screened out my childhood bedroom, so you can't see sort of what we're working with. You can't, there's a lot of trauma on these walls. There's a SpongeBob poster. Listen, not going to get into it, but I've had a bad personality since I'm 2, so that's good. Everything's good. But I'm like back in my parents' house. They could probably hear this right now. That's great. But my dad does that thing where he's like, dude, are you and your little brother gonna hook up later? What are you, a sicko? What are you, a pervert? What are you talking about? Oh, you guys gonna meet up later? But it's like, how old guys are. Oh, you two gonna hook up later? You're a sicko. You're abolish prisons, would send my dad to jail for saying shit like that. You know what I mean? And my dad does this like Jewish geography thing where he's like, Jewish geography is when like a Jew can be like, oh, because I know one Jew, I can know a network of like 80 million Jews who live in like a certain area. So my dad will do this thing where he's like, dude, what do you need? Okay, I got this. What do you need? I can hook you up. What do you need? I can hook you up. You need a roofing job in Santa Barbara? Get this. He'll Jewish geography his way into anything. Oh, you need a roofing job in Santa Barbara? All right, listen to this. Okay, my mother's brother's sister-in-law's brother-in-law's rabbi's son was once a PA on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee in the same episode that Jay Leno drove around in a Alfa Romeo off Route 110 of Farmingdale near Long Island's greatest amusement park. And that same amusement park, Adventureland, where my brother's sister-in-law's roofers, rabbis, cousins, carpenters, sister-in-law once gave a toothy blowjob in the back of a Hyundai Sonata to my cousin-in-law's brother-in-law's rabbi, sister-in-law's brother's mother's son's sister's girlfriend twice removed, adopted Puerto Rican orphan kid who then once married Andy Kaufman's sister at the Leonard's on 666 Northern Boulevard, down the street from the filming location from episode 6 in The Sopranos, where Johnny Sax's daughter got married at the same time that my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, father-in-law's, daughter-in-law's, twice removed sisters, cousins, brothers, mothers, friends, best friends, sisters, mother-in-laws, camp counselors, teachers, accountants, dentists once got a roofing job in Santa Barbara with. You know what I mean? It's like it's like, all right, that barely makes sense. I'm obviously, okay, here's the thing. What am I getting? I've had a year and a half inside. What do you think I'm gonna like write a joke? No. Oh, clearly I'm spinning out of control. Okay. And if you don't call an ambulance at some point, you're not an ally. And if you're not laughing at home, you hate Jews and women. Yeah. So what side do you want to be on? You know what I mean? Okay, where are my Jews at in the chat? Come on, Jews in the chat, make some motherfucking noise. All right, cool. Now I'm going to collect all of your guys' usernames and send them to the FBI. So I made a huge mistake of moving to LA. And listen, here's the thing. I learned some stuff about being in LA. Okay. And I'm going to show you here. I'll do a freaking PowerPoint. What am I, some kind of hero? Yeah, I'm going to do a PowerPoint. All right, here's the thing. I moved to LA and I learned a lot of, unfortunately I moved to LA and I learned a lot of stuff living here. If you want to be successful in LA, all you got to do is mine every personal experience for something you could commodify and turn for profit. Okay. You got a bad relationship with your parents, honey. Guess what? That's a screenplay. Okay. You got a mutually abusive dynamic in your Silver Lake polycule, honey. Guess what? That's a tweet. And guess what? Lin-Manuel, he's going to like it. All right. So that's what living in LA is about. All right. You just got to if you want to be successful, you just got to like really commodify your bad personality and make everyone else have to deal with it. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. If you want to be successful in LA, what do you got to do, honey? You got to get physically hot. Okay. And yeah, I know everyone had a lot of time in quarantine to work out, get their retinol regimen right. And what did I do? Nothing. I didn't do shit. I didn't do fucking shit. I look like shit. My face looks like a meat grinder pouring out ground beef or something. It looks like shit. So anyway, because I'm in LA, I gotta make sure I gotta figure out how to get physically hot. All right. And how am I gonna do that? First of all, if you want to be hot, what do you need? You got to get white teeth like Joe Rogan. He's got perfect, gorgeous, glowing, pearly whites. Okay. He's got the whitest teeth of anyone I've ever fucking seen. And say, well, we will about Joe Rogan, but honey, he's a snack. Yeah, and he looks like my dad. So that's also, yeah, I'll think about that later. And how do you get white teeth? Just chug bleach, obviously. And then you just gargle it, spit it out. That's how you get white teeth. Another thing, if you want to be hot, what do you need? You got to be perfectly, your skin's got to get toasted in the sun. Okay. Everyone in LA is tan. So what do you want to do? What do you do to get tan? You just stand out in the boiling hot LA sun until all of your skin completely liquefies, bubbles, boils around. And when your skin turns into liquid, all of your face will get all shuffled around, all liquid, it'll get all boiled. And once your skin is completely liquefied, it'll be as smooth as a baby's ass. And guess what? I can actually show a picture of a baby's ass because I'm a girl, so I can get away with anything, right? I can't get in trouble for this. Are we gonna get kicked off Twitch for this? And if you want your skin to be perfectly smooth, what do you gotta do in LA? If you got pimples, what do? You pop them. You gotta get rid of them. Every single pimple, eliminate it, pop it. Yeah, I know. I'm a comedian. I'm gorgeous, and I'm an amazing visual artist. I mean, hello, what can I do? Math, I can't. And if anyone has $6,000, I need it bad. Yeah, I didn't get my tax return back. I actually owe the government a lot of money. I'm not gonna pay them. Oh, you guys are sitting there. Oh, you think this is gross? Oh, you think this is gross? Have you seen the Vietnam War? It's a lot grosser, okay? And here's another little quick hack for being hot in LA. Now you've popped all these pimples and you got all this cream all over your face. What do you got to do with that? You rub in all the pus for moisturizer. Are you kidding me? It's right there. Rub it in. Makes your skin perfectly supple and smooth. What do we call this? Reduce, reuse, recycling. You got pus, rub it in. All right. It's like doing those like freaking sheet masks or doing those like snail cum masks. You know, it's the same thing. You're producing it. It's good for you. Anyway, what's next on this freaking stupid PowerPoint that I wasted too much time doing? Oh, you know what else is a pimple on your face? Your eyes. Okay, pop them. Get rid of them. They've seen too much. All right, you got too many lumps, bumps, and just tumorous mounds on your face. You got to get rid of them. Those eyes, they're pimples, pop them. Isn't this gorgeous? I know. Listen, you don't want any tumescent mounds on your face. You want to be, if you want to live in LA, you don't want any mounds. You want to be completely smooth. So just take some cement, smooth your face completely over. Okay. You want to be completely smooth and featureless. That's what you want to look like if you want to live in LA. All right. You want to be completely personalityless, featureless, and smooth. Perfect. Like Slender Man or Kyle XY. Okay. The gold standards for beauty, if you ask me. You know, I mean, they're the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. You kidding me? And you know, if you're gonna do contouring, if you gotta do contouring, do the cool way, like King Crimson. Oh my God, I said King Crimson. Do it the cool way, like King Diamond. All right, we got it. Some other life hacks about living in LA and getting hot and staying hot. And look at me, honey, I'm hot. I'm hot in the way that you're like eating some of the chicken wings. You're like hot. That's where I'm hot. All right, and here's another thing. If you want to be hot in LA, put some eyes, surgically implant some eyeballs on your tits. That way you can be like, hey, guess what? My eyes are down here. I mean, perfect joke. It's a perfect joke. What could go wrong? Another thing you got to do if you want to be hot in LA, simple as pie. You got labia, all right? How are you going to go to the beach? You got long, distended, disgusting labia. Snip it off. Get rid of it. It's gross. It's disgusting, folks. You got to get rid of this long, distended labia. If you want to go to the beach, you can't have long, distended labia like the jowls of an old English Mastiff. That's what mine are. And they're slobbery and textured like a turkey swaddle. Okay, my labia are so long and like red and infected. They're like sheaths of pastrami. Okay, you can't fit those into a board short. Snip them off. Yeah, my labia is pastrami because my pussy is an open-faced Reuben. Yeah, yeah, I cum Thousand Island dressing. Yeah, my cum is orange because I have an infection. I can't go to the doctor because I don't have health insurance. Want to know why? Because we didn't get Bernie for president. Yeah, that would have been amazing. We could have had a Jewish president. What the hell? We really fucked that one up, didn't we? We could have a Jewish president. We could have had a president being like, we can't go to war with Iran because it's too expensive. We have to ban assault rifles because they're too loud. And we need Medicare for all because my stomach hurts. Okay. If you're not laughing at that joke, you hate Jews. But here's the thing: you want to be hot in LA, get rid of this long, disgusting labia, snip it off, and sew it where? It's coming, don't worry. Snip it off and then sew it where? Come on, PowerPoint. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a PowerPoint era tonight. Sew your labia, excess labia on your face, because that's the thing in LA. You gotta have big, gorgeous, beautiful lips. And that, my friends, if you're not laughing at that, then maybe it's not comedy, it's actually performance art. Okay? Because, it might not be funny, but it really makes you think. You know what I mean? And what I'm doing here is I'm sort of turning the comedy form on its head. I'm sort of like twisting it around. I'm sort of queering the narrative of comedy by not being funny and just being interesting. But now once you sew your excess labia on your lips, you'll look like you'll look like an ideal beauty, gorgeous. You look like the ideal beauty standard. You'll look like Lisa Rinna or Zoidberg. Okay, two hottest guys in LA. All right, here's another thing. Oh yeah, reduce, reuse, recycle. Whatever, hilarious. Here's another thing: if you want to be hot to trot in LA. All right, I would know. Lights, camera, Sarah. That's what they call me. They call me Lights, camera, Sarah. If you want to get skinny, don't work out. Don't exercise. What are you, nuts? Just cut open your stomach, rip out all the guts. You don't need them. They're an encumbrance. What do you need intestines for? Rip them out. Come on. And once you pull out all of your guts from the center of your body, you won't be an hourglass figure. No, honey. Guess what you're going to be? You're going to be a friggin' donut. That's right. And that's the body shape you want. Not pear shape, not hourglass, not string bean. You want to be donut shaped. All right. And again, in the Sarah Squirm lifestyle, reduce, reuse, recycle model, what do you do with all those extra guts? All right. You just got to eat them. And what do we call that in LA when your body starts eating itself? It's the keto diet. It's ketosis, honey. Simple as pie. And I'm going to make you watch that video again because I got the blood works going right. I got the blood going right and tight for this one. So yeah, reduce, reuse, recycle. That's how you get hot in LA. But here's the thing. Yeah, this PowerPoint's 45 more minutes. You've gotten physically hot. If you want to live in LA, you got to get mentally hot. How do you get mentally hot? You got to get mentally dumb. That's right. How do you get mentally dumb? Listen, take a look at a brain. All right. You've seen these. You know these. You love these. Look at these brains. They got all these friggin' wrinkles. What are those doing? What are those friggin' wrinkles doing on your brain? I mean, what are wrinkles really? They're like little cracks and slats for hopes and dreams to go into. If you're living in LA, you got to get rid of those. Okay. You can't have hopes and dreams hiding around in your brain. Okay. The hopes and dreams hide around in the cracks and slats in your brains, like the little notes you put in the cracks at the wishing wall in Israel. Is this joke going to mean anything to anyone? What is this called? I don't remember. Free Palestine, anyway. But listen, you gotta caulk those slats up. How do you get rid of the wrinkles inside of your brain? You do what everyone does in LA. Iron your brain, caulk the wrinkles in your brain, completely Botox your brain. So it's completely smooth, not wrinkled, and you look like that fancy magic camera from The Irishman. Okay, that's what should be happening in your brain. Or just cut open your forehead and pull your brain out. You don't need it. You live in LA where all the dumbasses live. And if you can't access your brain through your forehead, do it the way I do it. Pop out one of your eyeballs and dig in there and get to the brain through there. It's soft tissue in there. If you know what I mean, you got to keep trying. You can't get to the brain the normal way. Get through it through the eye hole. Come on, grow up, live a little. What do we got next? I don't remember. Listen, in LA, you always got to be casting couch ready. You know what that means. See, I've been talking all day about blowing ass into a toilet. All right. And here's the thing, in LA, you want to be casting couch ready. You never want to be caught with your pants down. You never want to be caught with shit coming out of your ass. All right. That's that's unbecoming for a lady to see have shit coming out of your ass. You can't be caught in LA with shit coming out of your ass. Right? You gotta cover that up. You gotta cover up that shit coming out of your ass with a face. That's right. Can't be walking around LA with shit coming out of your ass. Disguise it. If you got shit coming out of your ass, put little eyes on it, a little nose on it, and a little mouth. Okay? That's the perfect problem solving. Because you know what they say? Girls don't poop. You know what else they say? Supermodels and movie stars in LA don't poop either. So cover it up. This is the best video I've ever made. Are you kidding me? To make this, I gave myself yeast infection. I gave myself some kind of infection because I had a tube running from my mouth to my ass through my vagina. I had to like thread it through my flaps. And so I was blowing chocolate syrup like through my flaps out my ass. And I got like chocolate syrup up in my folds and it gave me something gnarly. So you better be laughing or else I got an infection for no reason. What else we got going on this PowerPoint? I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm on an adventure along with you guys. Oh, if someone in LA asks you, what are you working on? People in LA come up to you and they go, what are you working on? What are you writing? Listen, don't answer. You're at a party. It's post-COVID. You got a year and a half to think about stuff. Someone says, what are you working on? This is what you do. It's the Prolapse release show. What do? You reach in your ass and you pull out your prolapsed anus and blow yourself in the face with your own shit from your prolapsed anus. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Okay? Don't let anybody ask you a violent, abusive question like, what are you working on? What are you working on, you sicko? You freak. Yeah, that's what you should say. You pull out your prolapsed anus, blow your own face with your own shit. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Prolapse, did you think about this? A prolapsed anus looks exactly like one of those toys you get from Rainforest Cafe. Yep. I bet you guys never thought about this, Prolapse. You put a whole band together without thinking about the fact that a prolapsed anus looks a lot like this toy that you get from the Rainforest Cafe. Hey, listen, I love you guys. All right. I love you more than anything. I hope you have an amazing rest of your release show. Is this PowerPoint over? It's gotta be. It's gotta be. All right, love you guys. Mwah. And thanks for letting me do this from my childhood bedroom. Goodbye.